Ramblin man here. Okay, so let's talk about Biden's crime prevention plan. Okay, so I know that if you hear anything that Biden says all the time, it's always about gun violence. So let's talk about that. His major focus in his crime plan is not, people were asking him, is it because of not really pushing for enforcement of low-level crimes and everything. And any of his spokespersons that speak for him and himself talk about that, well, their main focus is on gun violence. Well, let's talk about something. The last 9 years, violent crimes in general, have gone down across the nation. So from 2020, though, once the pandemic started, and as things are starting to rise as far as like people getting back out and things, then the crime rate has increased dramatically, up quite a bit. And so in doing so, a lot of people are saying, well, it's because of the pandemic and people getting back out there. Well, Biden's take on this, his stance on this, is that it has to do with gun violence. That guns, the more control we get over guns, the better it'll be. Let me tell you, like his favorite little joke, he said it twice yesterday, was, there's no reason for you to have a 100-round magazine, because unless you think the deer are going to have Kevlar. Let me just nip that in the bud, because here's the thing. We're not, there's no need for a 100-round magazine for deer. See, the thing is, and he just throws stuff out there because people hardly ever use those. Usually it's 20 or 30 round mags, okay? Let's be honest. Now, with that being said, the whole reason you have those magazines is not for a deer. It's because we don't trust our government. That's where we're at right now. That's where we are at, and people are buying these things and they're going to keep them. No one's going to take them from them, because we're going to keep them in our houses. And I don't know if you've been to Texas. That's where I live. I wouldn't try to take someone's gun in Texas. That's crazy. So I don't foresee them taking weapons, but they just try to limit as much as they can. And they blame it on, like, well, that's not good for hunting. It's not for hunting. This is to protect us from the government should the government get too big. Big government is not what I'm looking for, as well as many other Americans. Now, we'll tell you this. So Texans, we're at the point right now, it's getting so bad in this country that I know there's a lot of other states that would be willing to secede and go in as a nation that would preach more democracy than all this bullcrap that we're seeing right now. Let me tell you what my take on all of this is, okay? So when it comes to crime prevention, let's talk about what the real problem is. The real problem started with all the George Floyd stuff and all the protests going on. There's been a rise in crime because there's been a rise in the amount of protests going to riots and looting. And on top of that, here's the main thing. Let me help you out. The Biden administration has been right there with the far left talking about defunding police. And now, Biden tries to fight that portion of, we're not trying to defund the police, we just want to make them better trained. Well, in order to train the police, you have to pay the police. I'm just saying that's exactly how that works. You have to pay for training. And all this extra funds should be going to the police, not cutting funds. And so what's happening is you have a large amount of people, up to a third of people retiring, resigning from the police, because why would they want to put up with all that crap? I mean, let's think about Asheville, North Carolina. They're making like $37,000 starting out as a police officer. $37,000. And a lot of people don't know that. They don't know that the cops aren't getting paid that much. They're just like, man, they're just out here trying to kill people. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, they've gotten the rhetoric from all of the left talking about defunding police, and they get bashed for everything. In Asheville, North Carolina, I was reading an article about this one police officer. She's a female police officer. She's gay, and before she had people that were standing by her and stuff, now saying all gay cops are bad. just stupid crap like that. So not only is she being, um, you know, turned on because she's a police officer, now she's being turned on because she's a gay police officer. And that shouldn't even be part of it. There should be nothing that you should reach out and demean someone because of the fact that they're a police officer, and now just even more so because you're a gay police officer. Who cares? She can do her job. Here's what I have a problem with right now is all these people are talking about defunding the police, but then they're going to talk about gun violence. Well, of course gun violence is going through the roof because there's no one, and I mean no one, putting a stop to it because the cops are spread thin. You have people that have retired or resigned, so there's less cops out there. The cops are scared to do their jobs because they're being indicted for stupid things like firing back at people that have guns because they're black or because they're a woman or just stupid reasons. At this point, I'm telling you right now, it's not a gun violence thing because we had just as many guns last year. It's a rise in this because we have less police officers able to do their jobs. I'm not wrong on this one, and if you think I am, that's fine. This is my channel. You don't have to listen to it. But you also can comment. Let me hear what you got to say. Because subscribe, comment, share, and like. But let me know what you think, because I'm telling you right now, the reason that we are in this predicament is because we're not backing the blue. Well, I'm telling you right now, I back the blue. Are there a few bad seeds? Sure there are. Just like there's anything else. There's more bad politicians than there are good politicians, but we still, for some reason, back them. Imagine that. So, I back the blue. Ramblin' Man, out.